History does not always change through long wars. Sometimes, a single day redraws the map of centuries. In 1071, on the plains of Manzikert, two worlds faced each other. One empire defending its dominance. One ruler determined to shape the future. This is the story of Alp Arslan and the battle that opened the gates of Anatolia. Alp Arslan was not only a commander, he was a strategist shaped by discipline, faith, and responsibility. The Seljuk Empire was expanding westward, moving toward Byzantine lands. Control of Anatolia meant control of trade routes, migration paths, and military balance. The Byzantine Empire, powerful but internally fragile, could not ignore this growing force. War became inevitable. In 1071, Byzantine Emperor Romanos IV led a massive army eastward. Their goal was simple: stop the Seljuks and secure Anatolia forever. But numbers do not guarantee victory. Leadership, timing, and strategy decide wars. Alp Arslan, aware of the approaching army, moved quickly. He avoided direct confrontation until the right moment. He watched, calculated, waited. Because a true commander does not rush into battle, he shapes it. On the eve of battle, Alp Arslan prepared his army, not with fear, but with clarity. Historical sources describe him wearing simple white clothing, symbolizing readiness for sacrifice. He addressed his soldiers, not as a ruler above them, but as a man among them. No myths, no exaggeration, only discipline, unity, and purpose. The Battle of Manzikert began with movement, not chaos. Seljuk forces used mobility as their weapon. Instead of heavy confrontation, they applied hit-and-withdraw tactics, exhausting the Byzantine army. Arrows fell like rain. The battlefield stretched. Time worked in Seljuk favor, because sometimes victory is not about force, but patience. Then came the decisive move. Alp Arslan executed the famous crescent tactic. Seljuk wings slowly surrounded the Byzantine army, drawing them deeper into a controlled trap. Communication broke. Coordination failed. Order turned into confusion. A powerful army, without structure, becomes vulnerable. By sunset, the balance had shifted. In the chaos, Emperor Romanos IV was captured. This moment did not just end a battle, it ended Byzantine certainty. Yet what followed showed Alp Arslan's character. He did not act with revenge. He acted with control. The emperor was treated with dignity and later released under agreement. This was not only victory in war, but strength in leadership. The Battle of Manzikert did not immediately change everything, but it opened the door. After this battle, Turkic migration into Anatolia accelerated. New settlements formed. A new historical path began. Centuries later, Anatolia would become the heartland of a new civilization, all from one decisive moment. Manzikert is often remembered as a military victory, but its deeper meaning lies elsewhere. It was a demonstration of strategy over numbers, discipline over chaos, leadership over power. Alp Arslan did not simply win a battle. He changed direction of land, of people, of history. History remembers empires, but it is shaped by moments of decision. In 1071, on the plains of Manzikert, one decision opened a gate that would never close again, and that is why Alp Arslan is remembered, not only as a conqueror, but as a turning point in history. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel! Today, we're diving deep into a battle that literally redrew the map of the world. The Battle of Manzikert, 1071. This wasn't just a clash of armies. It was the moment that set the stage for the decline of the Byzantine Empire and the rise of the Turks in Anatolia, a region we now know as Turkey. So, picture this. On one side, you have the mighty Byzantine Empire, the continuation of the Roman legacy, led by Emperor Romanos IV. On the other, the formidable Seljuk Sultan, Alp Arslan, whose name literally means heroic lion. The Byzantines had a massive, diverse army, but it was plagued by internal rivalries and questionable loyalty. The Seljuks, while smaller in number, were a unified force of highly skilled Turkic horse archers, masters of hit-and-run tactics. The two armies met near the fortress of Manzikert. In eastern Anatolia, Emperor Romanos was confident, maybe a little too confident. He split his forces, a classic military blunder. Alp Arslan, a brilliant strategist, saw his opportunity. He feigned a retreat, luring the Byzantine heavy cavalry into a devastating trap. As the Byzantines pursued, the Seljuk wings closed in, showering them with arrows from all sides. The Byzantine rearguard, commanded by a political rival of the emperor, controversially withdrew, sealing the army's fate. By dusk, the once proud Byzantine force was shattered, and for the first time in history, the Byzantine emperor was captured by a Muslim commander. Now, this is where the story gets really interesting. Alp Arslan didn't execute Romanos. Instead, he treated him with honor. The famous story goes that he asked Romanos, "What would you have done if I were brought before you as a prisoner?" Romanos bluntly replied, "Perhaps I'd kill you, or exhibit you in the streets of Constantinople." Alp Arslan's response was legendary. "My punishment is far heavier. I forgive you and set you free." He offered a peace treaty, demanding a ransom and the return of some border fortresses. He didn't want to destroy Byzantium. His main goal was to secure his borders so he could focus on his rivals in Egypt. But the consequences of Manzikert were far beyond what either leader could have imagined. When Romanos returned to Constantinople, he found he had been deposed. A brutal civil war erupted within the Byzantine Empire, completely distracting them from their eastern frontier. The power vacuum this created in Anatolia was an open invitation. Turkic tribes, not always under the direct control of the Seljuk Sultan, began pouring into the region, not as a unified invasion force, but as waves of migrants and warriors seeking new lands and opportunities. This demographic shift was monumental. Over the next few decades, the largely Greek-speaking, Christian population of Anatolia began to change. The region slowly transformed into a Turkic-speaking, Muslim heartland. This wasn't a quick or violent conquest everywhere. It was a gradual process of settlement, intermarriage, and cultural fusion. New Turkish states, known as beyliks, began to pop up across the Anatolian plateau. The most famous of these, founded by a leader named Osman, would eventually grow into the colossal Ottoman Empire. So, Manzikert wasn't just a military defeat for Byzantium. It was the beginning of the end for their control over Anatolia. For the Turks, it was the gateway to a new home, the foundation of modern-day Turkey. Alp Arslan, the heroic lion, may not have intended to conquer Anatolia, but his decisive victory and the subsequent chaos within the Byzantine Empire unleashed a historical chain reaction that shaped the world we live in today. It's a powerful reminder of how a single day in battle can echo through centuries. What do you think is the most fascinating part of this story? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. See you next time.